13. And shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they that counted pleasure to ride in the daytime. Sports, they are unblemished, sporting themselves with their own deceiving, while they feast with you.
Right, spots, they're defiled. They're defiled. While they feast with you, they're defiled. They are defiled. Remember, man, you have to understand the wiles of the devil. Right? The wiles of the devil. How Satan he works his trickery. Right? He know how to come amongst you. Right? But he has his own agenda. He has his own agenda. You understand? He know how to maneuver. He want to come to you as a righteous man. You understand? But he has his own agenda. Right? Read on.
14. Having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin.
Right, they can't stop the wickedness they're doing. You understand? They cannot stop the wickedness that they're doing. That's why it says in Matthew, the 7th chapter, a good tree bringeth forth. It said a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Why? Because these men are corrupt. They can't bring forth. They cannot bring forth good fruits. They are corrupt. They can't do it. Right? They cannot do it. The Most High made them that way. Right? The Most High made them that way. Right? Remember, we're potters in the Most High's hands. Right? We're potters in his hands, and he fashioned them to however he liked. All right? Read on up.
How do you think that was? Where you at? 14. Beguiling, unstable soul.
Right, beguiling, unstable soul. Just as how the serpent beguiled Eve in the garden, so are these men beguiling our people. Brothers and sisters are getting beguiled by these men. Right? Read on.
And heart, they have exercise with covetous practices, curses children.
Right. You see that? Covetous practices. You understand what I'm saying? Covetous practices. It's like whatever you have, they want kind of deal. Right? It's not just off of say vain things. Sometimes it's also position. If you're in a high position, somebody want that position. Right? Everybody want to be the top dog. They covet the top position and will do anything to get it. And will do anything to get it. Read on now.
Which have forsaken the right way and are gone astray, following the way of Balaam, the son of Bozor, who loved the rage of unrighteousness.
Right. When you read the story of Balaam and Balak, right, you understand what was going on right there. Right? The man whose horse, right, as I was saying, right, with Balaam and Balak, right, he was headed in the wrong direction. The path that the Most High was sending him on. He didn't want to go that path. Right? He was going the path the king wanted him to go on, but his donkey wouldn't go down that path. You understand? And by the donkey not going down the path he wanted the donkey to go, it saved his life. All right? Read what you got out.
All right. Verse 16. But what we do therefore his iniquity, the dumb ass speaking with men, voice forbid the madness of the prophet.
Right. See that? You could read about that in Numbers, the 22nd chapter. All right, you can read about that in Numbers, the 22nd chapter, about Balaam and Balak. Read on out.
These are wells without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the midst of darkness is reserved forever.
Right, these men, that's what he's talking about. These men, right, are well without water, right? Clouds, carried away by the tempest. Why? They're not spewing out. Whatever they're spewing out, man, understand, some of the stuff they're spewing out is going to get you destroyed. But they're set up for judgment anyway.
For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness. Those that were clean escape from them who live in error.
Right. You understand? Read that part again, huh? Verse 18.
Verse 18. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh.
Right. When they speak great words of vanity, right, they allure you with that. Right? They're vain words. They use that to wheel you in, to bring you in, to allure you in. Right? Read on.
Through much wantonness,
meaning undisciplined, right? Too much undiscipline, right? That undisciplined behavior. Read on.
Those that were clean escape from them who live in error.
Right. The ones who are clean will escape from the ones who are living in error. You understand? If you are right, the Most High will deliver you out of that snare, out of that trap. You understand? If you are right, the Most High will deliver you out of that trap, out of that snare. Again, what we read earlier, the Most High know how to deliver the righteous out of temptation. You understand? So if you are right, the Most High will deliver you out of that temptation, out of that snare, out of that trap. But reserve those same wicked men to be destroyed. Read on, huh?
19. While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servant of corruption.
Right. They are servants of corruption, servants of destruction. Remember, you have to understand how Satan works. Right? His spirit are lurking in men. Right? His spirit are lurking in men. And those men come out and show themselves as ministers of light. And you believe it. And you follow after these men. Right? Only to the pits of hell. Right? Read on, huh?
For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage.
You understand? Read that part again, huh?
It says, for of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage.
Right, you get back in bondage again by these men. Read on, huh?
20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Most High and Savior, Yahushua Mashiach.
Right. So if you escape, when you come into the knowledge, into the truth, into the fold, right, you're escaped from the world. Right? You are escaped from the world. Right? Read on.
They are again entangled therein.
If you go back and get entangled into those evil deeds you are doing, into that wicked lifestyle, that manner of life that you're doing, read on.
And overcome, the latter end is worse with them than in the beginning.
Right. Meaning, the last estate, your last estate is going to be worse than your first. Yahushua talked about that. Because when the unclean spirit leaveth out of a man, he walketh around to see who he's going to go into. And he can't find rest. So he's going to come back to his home, which is you. Right? And he's going to find you cleaned up. Why? Because you was in the word. You was in the truth, so you're cleaned up. You were clean through the word. You were sanctified through the word, right? So that unclean spirit is going to find his own home clean and swept and garnished. And he's going to get 7 more demons worse than himself to come lodge there with you. So your last estate is going to be worse than the first. Because before you had 1 demon on you. You had 1. Now you have an innumerable demon. You understand? 7 just means completion. You have an innumerable demon on you. You ain't getting off of that one. Right? Read on that. 21.
For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandments delivered unto them.
Right. Read that part again.
For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness. Then, after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandments delivered unto them.
Right? It was better for you not to have known the ways of righteousness. Right? It was better for you not to even know it than to know it and then turn your back on it, to walk away from it, to go back into the world. You understand? So Because we were once into the world too, right? And I pray to the Most High that He never, ever take that spirit off of me to have me back into the world again, right? Amongst all this wickedness and madness going on, right? Which we were once partakers at one point or another, right? I pray and hope that not just myself, but the brothers, right? And the sisters who are woken up to the knowledge and who are the ones who are going to be woken up not to fall back into the world again. Because your judgment is sealed from that point. You understand? Your judgment is sealed. All right? Read on that.
But it has happened unto them according to the true proverb. The dog is turned to his own vomit again.
Understand? And that's what it is. So if you leave this knowledge, this truth, and you go back into the world, start doing the things that you were doing when you was in the world, you understand? You're like a dog returning to his own vomit. You understand? I put things to you this way, right? If you work in say, a garbage job, right? You're a trash collector, right? And you go to the trash heap and you dump all that stuff out, and it smells real bad. All manner of filth there, right? And then, when off the job, you walk off, you go into the bathroom. You understand? And the bathroom got water and soap in it. And you go in there, you use the bathroom, and walk back out. How stupid is that? You understand? The word is like the water and the soap that should clean you up. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, again, I rephrase it again. It's like you work in a garbage job. Right, you're a garbage man, right? And you're taking all the filth to the garbage dump and you dump it with all the filth and all of that, right? And you go, and after the job, right, you're going to the bathroom and the bathroom got water and soap in it, right? So you wash yourself off, you clean yourself up, right? You put on clean clothes and then go back into the garbage dump again. How stupid are you? You understand? How stupid are you? When you take a bath and you clean yourself, you don't go back into the filth that you came from. You clean up for a reason, right? You clean up for a reason. It's the end of the day, man. You don't take a shower and go back into the filth. No. You take a shower and you remain clean, man. All right? Read on, huh?
And the soul that was watched to her wallowing in the mirror.
Right, let's bring it out when you got it. Romans 13 and 11.
Romans chapter 13, verses 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. But now is our salvation, nearer than when we believe.
Read that again, huh?
And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. But now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Right? Read on.
The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Right. Let us cast off the works of darkness. Right? The works of the flesh. The works of the world, right? The fruits of the flesh, right? Read on.
Let us walk honestly, as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy.
Read it one more time, huh? Verse 13.
Let us walk honestly, as in the day, not in rioting, drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy.
Right, rioting is partying, chambering is adultery, strife is contention, right? Read on, huh? Who don't know?